Let the galaxy burn.
Hi guys, Skypoint here. Now I was recently asked to do a guide to either Horus Heresy or Azhek Ahriman. Now Horus Heresy is just really bad, so I am not going to be playing him. I mean, he's a warlord who literally ends up damaging himself every turn. So if we take a look at Horus Heresy, yeah, his ability is he puts a psychic barrier into play, but if we look at psychic barriers, where have they gone? They cause damage to your warlord every turn they survive, so we don't like playing Horus Heresy. Azhek Ahriman is a different matter now. So he's got the, first of all, he actually looks really cool, but more importantly, let's take a look at his ability. He's got Psyker 2, and for 2 psychic energy he gives precognition to a friendly troop, but not himself, until your next turn. And he can act again, so he can give this protection to multiple units. Now the problem is this is a very defensive ability, and in common with most of the defensive warlords, Ahriman does not do well at the high end of the ladder. So this video is not a guide to how you can kick ass with Ahriman. However, I'm going to be talking through a build which seems to work around half the time, and something like this build could probably work reasonably okay on the lower planets as you work your way up towards Terra. Alright, let's take a look at the card deck itself. So we start with 1 abandoned supplies. Occasionally this helps to pull out a nasty surprise for your enemy in an earlier turn than he might expect. Next up, we've got 2 Seek and Destroys. Now you might wonder why we're using Seek and Destroy in a Thousand Suns deck when they've got some psychic energy based tactics which are better. And the answer is, with Ahriman, you're probably going to be using your ability quite a fair bit, and you don't want to be using up all your psychic energy through your ability and not being able to play tactics when you really need them. So Seek and Destroy uses regular energy to cause damage, so I'm keeping it in there for that. Next up, Secretary Peltas. These guys can be critical. So these are your anti-stealth units. I mean, honestly, they're useful enough against stealth troops, but really, where they really shine is going to be against Alpha Legion, because a lot of Alpha Legion players these days like to turn into Exodus towards the end of the game to deliver a final shot, and Secretary Peltas can give them a very nasty surprise when it stuns them when they become Exodus and cloak up. You're going to see that in action in the next in a couple of minutes. Alright, next I've got Jubak Starsight. Now Jubak Starsight usually doesn't survive too long, so if you don't have him, you can easily substitute probably a Bunker or a Chaos Hounds for him instead. Essentially, Jubak is so dangerous that the enemy will prioritize trying to kill him, and so he ends up acting like a frontline unit. So if you have Terror Hounds, you can probably use these guys instead. They play a similar role. They're so dangerous your enemy has to kill them. Or you could even go with Bunker, which has more health than Jubak and forces your enemy to try to kill it before he can reach you. Alright, we've got 2 Meketra Cabals. These guys are useful for both psychic energy as well as that emergency protection. 2 Ankh Taus, so this is one of the best cards for the Thousand Suns and goes into every single Thousand Suns deck. From the new expansion, I've got 2 of these Voraxes. So they're in there for just being very aggressive units. If you don't have them, you can probably even just substitute Artillery Strike in instead for 4 energy. And that's from the base set of the game. Next is Penthu Das. Now, of all of the legendary cards I've got in this deck, and there's 5 legendaries in here, this is the most important one, and this is the one which the deck will suffer from the most if you don't have him. Essentially, he's adding lots of health to your warlord. Now, if you really don't have Penthu Das and you're trying to figure out what to put in, I would suggest just go with a frontline unit, because if you can't give your warlord health, then probably the next best thing is to stop him from taking damage in the first place. So you could either go with the Thousand Suns Rhino. The one downside to the Rhino is that most units with frontline are vulnerable to the Breach tactic, which inflicts 5 damage to frontline units, but because the Rhino is also a vehicle, it's also vulnerable to crack grenades, which inflicts 5 points of damage. Either one of those would kill it. So the alternative to the Rhino would be Boris's trackers over here. So these guys gain extra health for every enemy in play, and because the enemy warlord is always in play, it actually means they always start with at least 3 health, and it goes up per unit the enemy has. Okay, next is 2 of these Sagittari squads. Now these guys actually have good synergy with Ahriman's ability, because you can play these guys on the board and then give them precognition, and then the enemy is forced to burn removal tactics in order to get rid of them. So that actually works pretty nicely. Otherwise, a lot of the times the Sagittari squads get hit by Goldstone's hunters or other units with fast or flank or other enemy units on the board. Next, we've got Ka Speeder, which has the useful flank ability as well as cleave. So I've started really enjoying these guys. I find them pretty handy. Next up is Issachar Orr, who is our next legendary unit. He's got this Psyker ability, but he's a very defensive guy because he gives precognition to all of your units, including your warlord, meaning your board is immune to regular attack. And again, if you don't have him, because he's a defensive unit, you can probably substitute in another 5 energy front line, and I would recommend Skitarii Protectors. They also have a bonus where they've got a useful rally ability there. Okay, next up is Pyramid of Photep. Now, of all the legendaries in the deck, this is probably the least essential. Sometimes this card will give me something incredibly useful, and other times it gives me something which is pointless. So because of that, you can pretty much put in anything else which you want. So feel free to experiment until you find something you're happy with, if you don't have the Pyramid of Photep. The final legendary is Duke Mordekar up here. Honestly, again, Duke Mordekar is so dangerous, he rarely survives for you to be able to use his ability, so he ends up acting like a frontline unit, which means if you don't have Duke Mordekar, you can substitute in any other 5 energy unit with frontline, and again, I would recommend a second Skitarii Protector for that. Alright, let's go through the remaining cards. So, Ahriman is the only deck in which I actually use these guys from the Thousand Suns, Khalid's support. So they're not bad. Their stats are a little bit poor for 5 energy, but their ability over there spend 3 energy to deal essentially up to 6 damage, to 2 damage to an enemy plus everyone on either side. It's not bad. It's like a tactic, basically. In fact, it's very similar to the Space Wolves Excoriation campaign tactic, which costs 4 energy and does pretty much the same effect. We've got 2 hidden ones. I really like these guys. I use them in a lot of my Thousand Suns builds. They have precognition, which means they cannot be attacked normally. And this actually works well with Ahriman, because this means that these units don't need you to spend psychic energy to get precognition. I never ever use the psychic energy ability of hidden ones. I find it's pretty pointless. So what if you know what's in your enemy's hand? It's very blah. Alright. Next up come our pair of psychic tactics. One is Ashen Blow, which you're going to use to destroy powerful enemies. And the second is Astral Warfare, which you're going to use to spread damage across the enemy board. And lastly, we're going to include 2 Lernia Hydras. Again, one of my favorite units. These guys are important because they can help delay both Harrowings from Alpha Legion as well as the Conqueror from World Eaters. Okay, with that, let's go ahead and take a look at this deck in action. Now, this morning, it seems as though the ladder is full of Alpha Legions, so all 3 of the fights I'm going to show you will be Ahriman versus Alpharius. Alright, let's go and take a look at the first battle. Okay, so we're up against Brother Morty over here. I was actually pretty happy with my starting hand of cards. I've got Secretary Peltas in case he tries to do anything weird with stealth units. I've got abandoned supplies, I've got Khalid support. Abandoned supplies is actually great here, I can play it on my first turn. I have the Pyramid of Odeb, which is usually not that great against Alpha Legion unless until the end game, because you don't want to be having lots of cards in your hand against Alpha Legion because of the harrowing, and Pyramid of Odeb gives you cards in hand. So I'm going to save that until the end game. Alright, so he plays reveals himself to be Alpharius, and he copies a card. Now this means he now has a copy of Pentu Dast as well, which is not ideal. Alright, so I'm going with abandoned supplies in my first turn, and I draw a cheap Ankh-Toad. That can be useful. Can't do anything else, I just attack him directly with my warlord. He makes another copy. Oh, this is not good. He's copied another legendary card of mine, Duke Mordekar now. Now I've got to be prepared for him having Duke Mordekar out there. Okay. I'm not going to play my Sekutari Peltas. I'm saving that for any stealth shenanigans later on. So I'm just going to use my cheap Ankh-Toad on him. And let's see what comes up. And attack him directly as well. I forgot about that. Okay, he's pulling Leticio Divinatus to draw cards. This time he's not copying, but nope, now he copied a Vorax for me. Great. Now you can see here my hand is already full. That's not a good position to be in, but here, let's drop my Pentu Dast and just keep going. Okay, he's giving secret orders around. Hooray. And he drops a stunning unit and he stuns my Pentu Dast. Alright. Ashen Blow, that's fine. This Alpha Legion unit out there is a little too weak for Ashen Blow, but here, let's get my Duke Mordekar out. I gave Duke Mordekar precognition. Sorry, I blocked the screen with my mouse while I was doing that, so he can't attack Duke Mordekar directly. That secret order meant that my warlord took 3 points of damage and got stunned, and he's throwing another secret order, now this time on the Duke. And he's attacking my warlords. And now I started on 5 health behind Alpharius. This is not good. I'm 10 points of health behind him. Alright, let's see what's next. Let's heal up my warlord. There we go. So I'm down to being 7 points of health behind. Let's drop a Vorax and take that guy off the board. Now the advantage of Vorax is because it's a vehicle, he can't get secret orders. But speaking of secret orders, the order on Duke Mordekar activated, and I took 3 more points of damage. I personally would have used that Thunderhawk to kill Duke Mordekar, but I guess he's really trying to take my health down fast. He's got a big health lead over me, so he's thinking that he can probably end the game quickly. Another secret order goes on my apothecary guy, but that doesn't stop me from healing myself, so 11 points of health behind him, and now the hidden one comes out. Can't do much else. Wow, more secret orders. So this guy now has 2 secret orders on him. Okay, so he drops his own Vorax over there. And he's trying to get Duke Mordekar off the field, of course. There we go. Back over to my turn. Okay, Ankh-Toad is up, but what I'm actually just going to do here is get my Khalid support into play. Heal my warlord, so now I am 4 points of health behind, and now I'm equal on health. Give my Khalid support precognition, and now the secret order on the apothecary activates, and I take more damage yet again and get stunned. Okay, he is stunning my Khalid support. He drops his own apothecary. Alrighty. So, let's get his apothecary off the field. Now he doesn't really have. Well, he's going to slowly generate psychic energy from that apothecary, so I do want to get rid of it. There we go. He's gone, and that guy's gone, and I'm just going to heal myself yet again. Back up to 24 health. So he turns into Omegon, as Omegon, he then copies my apothecaries, and now he's got, I think, yeah, he's got another one of them, and he puts it into play. Great. Okay, but I have a solution here. Watch. I use Khalid's support to do 2 points of damage, and now it's vulnerable to Ankh-Toe. That's my second Ankh-Toe gone. And with my remaining 3 energy, I can drop a little frontline protection, and now once more use my apothecary to heal my warlord, and we're both on 27 health. Okay, he's copying my frontline generating guy, and he puts him straight into play. Ooh, Pale Spear, that's not good. That can turn into a lot of damage very quickly. Hey, another Secretary Peltas. Okay, that's good. My barriers collapse, doing their damage to me. Let's drop a Ka Speeder and destroy his, what are these guys called? Meketari Squad? Meketra Cabal. Right, that's it. Let's heal myself there. Perfect. Okay, I'm actually ahead of him on health now. And I'm giving my Khalid support squad and my speeder both precognition. Okay, he gives me a secret operative. Oh, this is clever. He's copying the secret operative and he's playing it again. So that now I cannot actually put any more units into play. There's his Duke Mortimer. I could use Ashen Blow on Duke Mortimer, but I'm saving Ashen Blow in case the 9 energy, really strong Alpha Legion unit comes out. I can't remember what it's called now. So anyway, let's just use up my units, killing or taking out Duke Mortimer. Let's put some more units into play. I can drop 2 Sagittari squads. They're going to be doing 2 points of damage each to him. And I can give them precognition to make sure... Okay, no, I gave precognition to my little 2 energy unit. I did that because I want to make sure he does not just kill this guy and then copy and play another secret operative. Oh, so there we go. He drops another one of those frontline guys because he copied him. Asteroid Belt to draw another card, which causes me to take a point of damage. Okay, now I'm running out of space to play things onto the board. So let's start trying to get rid of these secret operatives over here. So take out some of those shields on the barriers. Use my little Mechanicum squads, Sagittari squads to take out the barriers. And now I've got room to actually play a unit, so I'll drop a hidden one. And keep healing my warlord. So I've now got a pretty big health lead over him. I'm 9 points of health ahead. And I'm just giving my units precognition again, so that he can't destroy them easily. Now they're throwing more damage out onto him as well. Oh no, here it comes. Orbital bombardment. Hopefully he'll kill the secret operatives. Nope, he's destroyed my Sagittari squads. He's hit my warlord a couple of times. Yo, that's not good. Okay, back to my turn. I'll take 2 more points of damage from the secret operatives though. But now I can attack him with them and they're gonna die. There we go. 1, 2. I can now drop the attack directly with my guys over there. Forgot about them. I drop a Khalid support and now bring in the Pyramid of Photep. It's still a bit risky to play it now because I've got 5 cards in hand, so a Harrowing will do 5 points of damage to me. But he hasn't played the Harrowing yet. I wonder what's going on with that. Oh, okay, one of many. He goes up to 11 points of health. And what's he do? Oh, he played Exodus. He's thinking he's just going to get ready to kill me very soon, I think. Yep, he's loaded up, so next turn he's doing 10 points of damage. Yeah, there, look at that, he's drawing cards, doing more damage to me. Oh, that's what I was waiting for. Orbital base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think that's 3, 4, 5. 6 points of damage to me. I'm on 11 health. So many ways he could kill me very soon at this rate. Let's see what he's up to. But he doesn't realize I've got Secretary Peltas, and they stun. Oh, look at that. The pyramid generated fear from above. Fury from above. 1 damage to enemy 3 times. So I can use Secretary Peltas to stun Exodus. And now do damage to him. 1, 2, 3. And that's pretty much it. No, I can hit him again actually. May as well. Alright. Almost done here. Oh, that's what I was waiting for. That's why I have Ashen Blow for Autlon score. Okay, this is a little bit risky right now. Frag Grenade. Oh, but wait. I've got Astral Warfare. Nice. That's all I needed. Boom. And that's over. So, that was an interesting little win against Alpharius. You really saw how important the Pentu Dast was over there for his amazing amount of healing. Let's go ahead and see the next battle though. Also against Alpharius. Alright, so, not a bad set of cards to start with. I've got Ashen Blow for using later on, Secretary Peltas to sit on until he becomes Exodus, and I've got Maketra Cabal. That's pretty much as good as I can hope for. Oh, it's even better. Abandoned Supplies. That's the perfect first turn move for this deck. Okay, a cheap Khalid support. That's a great second move. I'm feeling good about this right now. He's Alpharius, of course.
This is about victory.
And what's coming up next? He is going to... Is he attacking me? No, he's drawing a card. Oh, he copied Pentu Dast, of course. Alright. Let's go and get my Khalid support out there. And give it precognition so he can't attack it directly. He might have had a Goldstone's Hunters he could have used. Okay, why is he stunning me instead of my Khalid support? Well, whatever. Let's get Pentu Dast into play and use Khalid support to destroy that guy. Okay, bye bye Khalid support. Okay, 5 energy. I think Vorticer or the Ka Speeder. We're gonna go with the Ka Speeder over here. We can hit that guy, do some damage, and then give the Ka Speeder precognition, and then act again with Ahriman to destroy that remaining guy. And then lastly, give Ahriman some health back, because I'm only 3 points of health behind Alpharius. Oh god, a Ghost Squad. Oh, and a one of those. Cultists, they deal 1 point of damage to everything at the end of the turn. Okay, this is not bad. I have a solution. Watch this now. So, I'm going to use Pentu Dast to heal the Speeder. That gives the Speeder enough health that I can attack the Ghost Squad. I can then use Seek and Destroy to destroy... Sorry, the Speeder could attack the Cultists. I use Seek and Destroy to destroy the Ghost Squad. Then I'll drop Maketra Cabal to generate some force fields for protection. And then give the Speeder precognition. Wow, look at that. So these guys will cause me to take a point of damage every time I draw a card. So, oh yeah, there's my force fields collapsing. I took 3 points of damage at the beginning of that turn. But I can at least destroy those guys before they do anything at all. And now I can bring the Duke into play. Next turn, theoretically, I could use the Duke's ability for 3 energy as well as drop Khalid support, so that feels pretty good. And I've got all that healing continuing to come out of Pentu Dast, but it's goodbye Pentu Dast. He plays the instrument on the Duke, and so Pentu Dast is gone. And the Duke is stunned, so I can't even use his ability, but he's got no units in play, so I think that's fine. Alright, let's drop Khalid's support, and let's also now bring in Jubak. I don't have that many cards in hand, so I'm not afraid of the harrowing anymore. Oh, perfect. Ghost Legionary, that's what I want to see. Oh my god, look at that. Okay, bye-bye Jubak. Also, my remaining units are a bit precarious now. Okay, let's bring in the Pyramid, and let's bring in the Ghost Legionary. And I'm going to use an Ashen Blow up. Now, this was risky because he might have an Autolon score next turn. And at this rate, I'm not going to have enough psychic energy to take that thing out. But let's keep the pressure going on Alpharius there. You can see he's only got 12 points of health left. Oh, there we go. That forced him to turn into Omegon, which stuns me. And is he going to copy anything? Nope, he's using one of many to get even more health. And he's turning into who? Okay, interesting. Become Arminus Dynat. Okay. Advanced schematics? My deck only has one Mechanicum troop in it, and it costs 3 energy. Oh well, I guess it costs 2 energy now. I just wanted to get that card out of play so that it doesn't count as a card in my hand when the harrowing comes. Just keep more of that pressure going down on him. Okay, the good news is next turn I'll have enough to be able to play Ashen Blow in case Autolon score comes out. Oh my god, another one of many. Who's he turning into now? He is becoming Exodus. Alright, well, this is why I have Secretary Peltasts. Oh wow, look at that. Lost so much of my units there. Okay, Forge Fang, Lernia Hydra, or the Peltasts. I need to get rid of his units. Well, first of all, let's stun him over there. And let's take out his cultists. And give my units precognition. He doesn't have enough psychic energy to be able to heal with that apothecary, and now that my units all have precognition, it's hard for him to attack them directly. Except he has an artillery strike, a satellite strike. Wow. Okay. What's coming up next? Ooh, Ankto, that's what I needed. And a Ragnarok, okay. But no, all I need is Ankto, because now he takes 2 more points of damage and 4 points from Ankto to finish him off. There we go. Bye-bye. Alright, so that's a second match with against Alpharius, and again the Secretary Peltas were really important at the end. That ability to stun the enemy warlord when he goes invisible is very useful. It helps not just against Alpharius, it helps against Conrad Kurtz when he turns into Night Haunter, and it also helps, of course, against Corvus Corax. Okay, and with that, we're going to take a look at the last of the matches I was going to show with Ahriman. Against G13 Phoenix. Now, I didn't like Ashen Blow and Khalid support as starting cards here because they were high cost compared to my other options, Sagittarius Squad. Okay, this is not much better at all. Alright, so let's take a look here. I'm just going to attack him directly and see what comes back. I still have no card in hand to play next turn, which kind of sucks. Okay, he turns into Alpharius.
This is about victory. True victory.
Still a 5-point gap between us on health. Okay, he's drawing a card from his own deck and making it cheaper with abandoned supplies. Still nothing to play, so all I can do is try to attack him one more time. Apparently we need to look into this. And then hand over to him. Oh my god, look at that. 4 attack, 4 health, and add a random secret order. Okay, there's his secret order. Okay, Azhek ore, that's nice. But here, let me drop my apothecary, get him into play, and start setting up that guy to get killed. I can be a little bit cavalier with attacking a 4 attack unit with my warlord because I know I can heal myself a bit with my apothecary. There we go. Wow, I'm now 13 points behind him on health, but with the heals now coming in, there we go. The Duke Mordecai getting dropped first, and then the heals from my apothecary. I am back to being 10 points behind him. It's still not great given that I started 5 points behind him, but I do have a decent board presence. And I gave Duke Mordecai precognition to stop him being attacked directly. He chooses to send the apothecary back into my hand. I've got lots of options for this turn, but honestly the apothecary is just way too important. So I'm just going to bring him back out into play.
You must to win.
And then use Seek and Destroy to take care of that guy. It's not an efficient use, but again, I want few cards in my hand because the harrowing will be coming. Just want to burn the cards while I can. There's the Thunderhawk gunship, destroying Duke Mordecai. Well, damaging him anyway. 7 energy now. Secretary Peltas are available, but I don't want... Again, I want to be saving them until later. Here, let's just give everyone precognition so he can't attack them. Well, he can use volcanic instability, I guess. So we all take some damage there. And he copies Astral Warfare. Luckily, he doesn't have any psychic energy to use it, so that's good. Alright, 8 energy. Let's heal myself first, actually. And then we're going to bring out the Hydra, the first of my 2 Hydras. And just attack with Azhek ore. Okay, I'm now ahead on health. And I gave my Hydra precognition. He goes and destroys my apothecary, but he's basically had to spend all of his energy doing that because of the Hydra. Nice. So what's better than 1 Hydra? You guessed it, 2 Hydras. There's another one, so now again his tactics cost 2 more, meaning he cannot play the harrowing. He's going to stun one of my Hydras. That's mildly irritating, but oh well. And an invisible unit, great. Okay, but let's try this. Attack him directly, and now play my Sagittarius squad and my second Sagittarius squad, and try to clear the board away with Astral Warfare. Random 3 to 5 damage, and 5 damage to both of his units. Attack him directly, and now as I end my turn, my 2 Sagittarius squads shoot him as well, and he's on 4 health. This is going to force him to react now. There we go, he died, he quit. There's a reaction. Alright, anyhow, I hope you enjoyed that video. It gave you some ideas about how to use Azhek Ahriman. Don't get your hopes up. As I said, you're not going to dominate the season with Ahriman, but you can build around his strengths to work your way up the ladder. And as I said, you just see me being competitive against Alpha Legion around 3,800 ranking. So feel free to try out Ahriman and let me know if you have any luck. Until then, bye guys.